I am so excited about today's episode. We are talking about how to heal money trauma, financial trauma, and other limiting beliefs on a cellular level. It is Unsermon with Kat Kim. I am the person that is going to help you overcome your fears, blocks, and shame so that you can step into the best version of yourself and truly make a difference. This entire month has been so amazing with this topic on money shame and financial trauma. You guys, this is Unsermon episode number 8. As you guys know, this is where we embark on a metaphysical exploration of God and spirituality. Together, we decondition, we decolonize, we dismantle, we undo, we unsermon. There's no Bible thumping. There is lots of storytelling, lots of swearing, and of course, lots of spirit. I'm so excited for this episode. I have a very special guest with me here today. Her name is Patricia Lindner, and she is a success catalyst. She is a consultant who guides high performers on their journey to liberate themselves from their mental, social, physical, and emotional blocks, and so much more. Welcome, Patricia Lindner. Hello.
Hey, Kat, this is so amazing. I love the intro. I love everything you said, and I'm so honored that I'm here with you, that you have me in this show. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited too. And this is a perfect, I love how we came together. You guys, this is how I love how when you put something out into the universe and you're just open and you're transparent, the universe just gives you what you are seeking when you are not even, when you don't have any attachments or any, expectations. Patricia and I are in a coaching program, a business coaching program, and I posted something, and you guys know my journey. If you've been watching these episodes, particularly this month, the reason I've dedicated this month to money shame and financial trauma is because all of these issues are coming up for me right now as I am on that next level of growth. And I'm very transparent about it. I have shared my journey from beginning of episode 5, I believe, where I talk about my father's gambling addiction and all the ickiness that's been coming along with it. If you haven't caught up on those episodes, catch up, because it all leads up to today. Because what I did in that group is that I put a message out there. I was like, hey, you guys, making money is not just about business strategies and, doing all these things around business. There's so much more to it. It's so much tied to our, our lineage, trauma that's happened in the past. And I put that post out there, and Patricia was so kind. She was like, this is exactly right up my alley. And I would love to connect and offer you a session around healing. And I was like, hell yeah. Right? And so that's how we met, Patricia. And we did an amazing, I don't know what you call it, Patricia, but she did an amazing visualization healing session with me. And it was so powerful. And this is what I wanted to share with you guys today. Right, Patricia?
Yeah, this was really beautiful. When I saw this post, I was really called to send you this message and invite you on this tiny little healing journey, because I saw what you said about your story, your ancestral issues concerning money. This is something that can't be fixed with something like a band-aid or just someone saying, yeah, just do it. So we have to really go deep into the cellular level, and that's why I was so excited to work with you on this mindset magic, which I call it mindset magic.
Yeah.
And so I was just a bit concerned because you were frozen. So do you still hear me?
Oh, we're fine. We're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you just keep going. If you get frozen, just keep talking.
Okay.
It's the internet world. So what happened was we got on the phone, and if you guys, again, go back and listen to the other episodes, because it really leads up to this. I pretty much did a journaling exercise, and I allowed my shame to I gave it a voice, and I wrote down everything that it said. And I shared this with you guys. I literally shared my journal entry with you guys. And pretty much the voice in my head was, I'm doing things wrong. It's not working. I should be ashamed. I'm a fraud. Whatever you're doing is bad. It's not going to work. You're making mistakes. Like, it was like really, really intense. And part of the, you know, what I'm doing here is I'm showing you how we can heal when we allow these voices to come up, and we give it a voice, and we allow it to, you know, speak to us. And when Patricia and I got on the healing session, I pretty much told her, I said, Patricia, I just feel really, really dirty about it. I just feel really gross and icky about money. I feel like I just don't want any of it. I just want it to all go away. And we recognized there was something like a really dirty, like it was like charcoal or something, a very dark, dirty feeling inside my, kind of like my heart center. And she led me through an exercise that really helped me to clear that out. So Patricia, enough of me talking. I'm just so excited. That's right. Can you tell us what healing money on a cellular level actually is? What does that mean?
Yeah. So for me, this is, I can explain it like this. So when something recycles and comes up again and again and again, and you read books about it, you take courses on it, you try to meditate, or you get distracted not to look at it, you want it to go away, then it is deeper, then it is a story that is much deeper than you just can fix it.
Yes.
So when we worked together, you first of all tapped into your intuitive powers, and you really got aware of what the issue is. And so I loved working with you, Kat, because you are such a visual person, and you came with this beautiful picture. It was not beautiful, but with this beautiful picture for me as the one who guided you. Which
was very vivid. It was a very vivid picture. It was very clear to me, like what it was. Yeah. So I want to backtrack here for those of you guys that are listening. Did you I want you guys to hear this part. Like, if you are constantly reading the same books or books again and again, you're doing research, you're trying to meditate, you're trying to do affirmations over the same topic again and again and again. In other words, you are, just trying to do that surface level, mainstream consumer spirituality method of, I just have to think more positive, and it's not working for you, then what Patricia is saying basically is that there's something obviously very much deeper, and it's probably on a cellular level.
Yeah, you have to hack the conditioned mind. That's what I think.
Hack the conditioned mind. So let's define what that means. Hack the conditioned mind. I love that. What does it mean?
So for me, this is what I came up with. It is you as a person, you think that the narratives in your head, they are true. You are telling yourself a story, but your mind is only able to tell a story that you might have taken on when you were a child. You might have experiences around money. You heard stories, you experienced, for example, you experienced your dad in certain situations, and you took on, this is my reality, which is not. And this keeps you inside of this bubble of false narrative. And you can't escape. There is this, so I see there is this false narrative. You tell yourself the story, and there is this filter above you, and you can't push through it to reach those unlimited opportunities, manifestations, whatever you want to reach, because you tell yourself the story and you don't even know about it. There is nothing to be ashamed of, because you don't know that this is only a story. And when we worked, we didn't go back to any of your childhood stories. You just came up with this visual. You just had the picture. And this is what I love about this work, because we don't re-traumatize anything. We don't talk like a psychologist about, yeah, what did you experience when you were...
Yeah.
So it was totally different. And then in the next steps, we just cleared out what kept you stuck by really getting rid of this wrong story, of this wrong picture of you feeling dirty like charcoal, needing to do the hard work. And finally, you could feel, so you can tell yourself, you could feel this big relief, this clearing.
Let's backtrack for people who are experiencing money shame or financial trauma. So there's a story, there's a narrative, and I love the visual that you gave. It's like you are inside of a box, you have a ceiling, or you're covered, and you can't even see past it. So you can only see and know on a cellular level what money means to you, depending on the past narratives, depending on what you experience in the, with your family, any type of thing, and any type of possibility or abundance or truth around divine circulation and abundance and flow, you can't even see it at all. Like you're just completely blocked by it. Right. So what would you say to those people? How do they know, what would be the next step for them to heal that part?
So first of all, you really need to become conscious. You need to get clear what it is all about. This is the first step, that you just acknowledge it is not my fault, it is not your fault, it is something that can be healed.
Okay, stop it. But be open. Okay, this is really important. This is so important. You guys, listen, okay? She said something really important here. Because when it comes to money shame, we are blaming ourselves. There's a very insidious belief inside of us that we're doing something wrong. You guys heard the voices that I shared with you. Like, I'm doing something wrong. I'm going to fuck up. I'm going to make another mistake. It's very this feeling of shame is so much about what I am doing wrong. And what Patricia is saying is that once you recognize and you are aware that there's something going on a deeper level that you can't just fix with affirmations and meditation, that there's something really deep going on there, and that thing is not your fault. Yes, whoever just posted that, I see it in the comment box in capital letters. It is not your fault. Exactly. Well, okay. I want you guys to really say that to yourself out loud. It is not my fault. And allow that to sink into your heart, not just say it in your head, but bring it down and say, it is not my fault. There's so much healing just in saying that. Okay, so I want to really emphasize that part. Y'all, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Let me tell you, it's not your fault. Patricia is telling you it's not your fault. Okay, so then after that, what can we do?
So when I listen to you, I need to stress that, I don't know if you know this, it is like a visual about all the emotional steps. It is like an emotional ladder, because when we blame ourselves, we are in this low energy. And this is feeling frustration, feeling anger, feeling sadness and grief. And when we are down there, we really need to get out there so that we can manifest something, because as I guess everyone knows, you attract what you send out.
Yeah.
And so the next step on this journey is really connecting to your body, because your body is so intelligent and wise. And you can just really figure out, where do I feel this in my body? What does this look like? What is it that is blocking me? So the body connection is one of the most essential pieces in my work with clients.
Yes. Okay. I want to pause again because this is really good. Because most of the time when we have a problem, when we have an issue, we are in our head and we're trying to figure out the solution, right? Like, and that's when we read books, we hire all these people. Even in our last episode with Chantel Chapman, we talked about the different layers of financial trauma. And she said, one of my guests from last week, she said, financial literacy, like when we try to understand finances and do all those things, that's actually the last part. You know, that's the last part that you want to focus on. And that's, I think, the challenge is that when we have an issue, most of us are go right into our head and try to think about what do we need to do, right? But what you're saying, Patricia, is to go into your body and speak to the wisdom of your body and figure out where in your body are you feeling this shame or discomfort.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. And when you figure out where it is, what it looks like, when you really connect with your inner wisdom, and everyone has it, it just got lost in this fast world, then we can work with it. And so the way we worked with it, we addressed this picture that showed up.
Yeah. And I'll just share my picture so you guys can have kind of an idea of what it could potentially look like. Of course, when you do it, your body is going to show you an entirely different picture in a different part of your body. But for me, mine was right in my heart center. I was like in this big tunnel, top to down. There was no ending. There was no, like, I couldn't see the top. I couldn't see the bottom. And everything was dark, black, charcoal. Like it was brittle. And if I even just touched it with my finger, I would get a smudge of charcoal. If I even blew at it, I would get like charcoal in my face. It was like so, like you just don't want to touch it because it's going to get really, really, really messy. And when I first started to do this exercise, Patricia, I was telling Patricia, there's no way for me to clean it. And I thought of myself and I was visualizing myself and thinking, how am I going to clean this up? How am I going to clean? There was no way for me to clean it. It seemed impossible. So that was the feeling of money shame in my body, right?
Yeah. And so in your case, this was this picture, which I really loved. And you didn't have to go back to a certain story or a memory or anything. But sometimes for people, there is no picture. Not everyone is this visual person. Sometimes people just remember all of a sudden, oh, I have this sentence. I don't know how this sentence came to me. I hear my mother say X, Y, and Z about money. Or I have this feeling, or I see something written down. So it is not always this vivid, but it was for you. So no matter if people are very visual or not, one can really get rid of whatever blocks them by just applying 3 sentences, which are the mindset magic I talked about. And when you apply those sentences, you can tell your audience what happened to you during the process of really saying the sentences and really letting them sink into your body.
Okay. So that's right. So we were doing this exercise and I was feeling like, so I had, really connected with my body and the feeling of shame in my body. And I'm feeling dark, like black charcoal everywhere. I felt like there's nothing I can do to clean it and it would just never go away. That was the feeling of shame in my body. And then Patricia asked me 3 questions. I didn't know this was going to happen. I had no idea, but I just went with it. And she asked me 3 questions. Do you want to do the first one? So or you can ask the 3 questions. What were they?
It was like, I retrieve all my energy. The sentences, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So there are 3 sentences, and so I just tell the first one.
Yeah.
It is, I retrieve all my energy bound up in this, and it was this picture of me standing in this tunnel covered with black charcoal, something like this. And everything that it stands for, because this picture stands for something.
Yeah.
And everything that it is related to, and take it back to the right place in myself. So this is the first sentence.
Yeah. Can you explain what that was? Because as I was doing that, I was trying to like understand what was going on, but I was like, you know what, forget it. I'm just going to go with it. So the question that I said that Patricia asked and that I repeated to myself was, I retrieve everything. What was it? I retrieve everything.
All my energy bound up in X, Y, and Z. So it was this tunnel.
Yep. I retrieve all of my energy that's bound up in this tunnel of charcoal.
And take it back to the right place in myself. So you call back all the energy that is bound up somewhere in space and time.
Yeah.
So no matter where you lost your unique energy that is yours.
Yeah.
No, when this was and where it was, it comes back.
So what happened there? What was going on? Because I felt the shift, but I didn't know what was going on. So when you say we retrieve all the energy that's bound up in this, this trauma or this feeling, are you essentially taking the feelings and the emotions, the energy of it out here, and then what are you doing with it?
So it goes, so no matter where the right place in yourself is, so no one has to really know where the right place is, but you sometimes you feel it when you give away your energy. And when you were a child, you didn't really, I guess you didn't really get it when you lost your energy or gave it away, when you did something that was not yours, or when you took on a story or a belief, you didn't notice this. And so now you call this energy back. That is not lost forever, but it can come back to you.
Yeah.
You take it out of a place where you left it or lost it. So this was the sentence.
Oh, that's so interesting. Okay, so basically the first question is about retrieving that energy and then bringing it back to where it belongs. The way that I heard it and what I did was I retrieved the energy, and the energy was not a good energy. It was wasted energy around a false story. And I took that energy that was being circulated around a false story and a false narrative, and I like made it disappear, and it went into nothing.
Okay.
So that's the way that it worked for me.
That is more or less the second sentence, which is you just get rid of all this energy that is not yours, and you send it away to whoever it belongs.
Oh, okay.
To whatever place it belongs. So you get rid of all the energy that is not yours.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe then I think that was the second part. Yeah. So basically, and then what's the third question?
And the third one was, so I just say, what is it about?
Yeah, what it's about.
All the reactions you stored somehow, because when you learned to react in a certain way, because it kept you safe as a child, then you think this is the way you need to react all the time up until now. And so oftentimes this is a reaction that helped you survive and helps you really stay healthy and stay in a safe place when you were younger. And now you just repeat this reaction over and over again. And the third sentence just lets go of everything around your reactions, the stored reactions, the learned reactions, everything around the reactions to a certain trigger.
Okay.
And you are free to react in the way you ever want to react.
So how can you describe, I think for people who have never done or who are not familiar with energy work, this might be it might sound a little bit like, what is going on? So can you explain in kind of very concrete terms, like what these three questions actually, what is it actually doing on the cellular level? Like what is happening there?
Yeah, so I just lost my earring. I am sorry. It fell down. So maybe I do it the other way around. I just take them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, what am I doing or what is it? So everything is energy. Everything is energy.
Okay.
This is the basis.
Okay.
And what we address in this process is we go back to the core wound, to the core issue.
Yeah.
Because when you can't level up, you can't get more money without feeling guilty or dirty. So this is just a symptom. This is just a symptom for something that is on the cellular level. And so we go to the core issue.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is like layers. Sometimes there is something underneath this and something that is farther back in the story. So we address the core wound, the core issue. So this could be a sentence your mom said, your dad said, or the picture you saw.
Yeah.
And we take out all the energy of this core issue so that there doesn't have to be a symptom any longer.
Okay. I see. So because everything is energy, so basically everything is energy. I know that people who are listening to this show can agree on that. Everything is an energy. So what you're basically doing through these three questions is you are taking that energy that has been all bundled up into a story or a wound, right? And we are basically healing it and like clearing it, essentially.
Right. And you can imagine a picture of, so when you are in a hotel, there is the dining room, and sometimes when there is there are those plates where you can take the plates. I don't know how you call it in English. You take the plates to get your, I don't know what you take from the buffet. And there is this huge amount of plates.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
No. There's tray. You mean like there's a bunch of plates?
Yeah, a bunch of plates, and you don't take so if this is the bunch of plates, you don't take this one. You take the one who is that is up there, and that's what I do with the work. So it is like layers and layers of energetic work.
Yeah.
And we take either the thing that happened currently, or the one that comes to your mind and it is from childhood maybe, or it is a picture. So it is like really step by step peeling off the layers of your money shame and money.
Right. That makes sense. Like it's like layer after layer, and it's not going to happen overnight. Although I would say that the session that I had with you was quite powerful. And, you know, when I had that feeling of money shame and dirtiness inside of my body, the charcoal, I literally thought there's no way. How am I going to clean this up? That was the feeling I had. But I think within an hour, we got there. We got to the point where it was completely clear. So I'll just share what happened by the end of it. I think the questions, for those of you guys that are probably watching this, you're thinking like, well, what were the questions? I don't think, well, the questions are very specific, first of all, because you have to know where you are in your body. So the questions are very tailored to you. But you know, as we said so far in this episode, the questions are really about helping you get to like peeling back those layers and healing the energy around this false story or this false wound. And the questions help to guide you through that. And by the end of our session, this visual of me being in this dark tunnel with charcoal falling everywhere, not knowing what to do to clean it, the charcoal, like, it started to clean up a little bit more and more and more. And by the end of it, I saw myself looking through a glass window, and the glass window was so clean, it was sparkling, and it was so clean that I could see a reflection of myself. And the reflection of myself that I saw was so beautiful, and it was so good. I could see the goodness in myself, and it was like, and I cried a little bit. And it was just like, it felt so good to have that charcoal cleaned from my system, you guys. This is really, really powerful work. And this is also, it's very similar to something that I guide my clients through to as well. Like, you got to get into your body, because your body holds all the power. It holds all the wisdom. And most of the times we're running away from it. We want to repress it. We turn to drugs, alcohol, food, social media, distractions, because we don't want to really feel the feeling. But I think it's so powerful. We have to be willing to take a look at what's going on. And that's what you mean by healing on a cellular level. Isn't that right, Patricia?
And I just came up with a very easy picture of the whole process, because you asked me to explain it, and I couldn't really think of a good picture. But now it is like, the energy work is like when you think of a museum, which is covered with old stuff over and over again. So lots and lots of old things in the museum. And with this work, you just take out all the old stuff and the dirt and everything, and you clear the space so that you are capable of really seeing this beauty, this sparkling, free space. That's just when you talked about your final picture, I just came up with this idea. It is like really clearing out the space that you are capable of seeing the true picture of who you really are, and that you are so, so beautiful inside and out.
Yeah. It was amazing. It was really powerful. I was actually surprised that we got to that conclusion, because the feeling I had of shame in my body was so intense. I didn't think, I was like, okay, you can try, Patricia. You can try. We'll see where we go with this. But that's how intense the feeling of shame and trauma is, right? It's living inside of our bodies. And it's really important that, like, it's not about finding the next thing to do or the next thing to learn. It's not about like, what do I need to do to fix this thing? It's not about that. It's really about going back into the wisdom of your body. There's so much power there. Oh, it was really amazing. And basically the conclusion that I came to was that I just want to be clean. And not just with my father's gambling addiction. For those of you that know or don't know, I'm in a big legal battle right now as a result of my father's gambling addiction. There was fraud, there was bankruptcy. It's all tied in with my family right now. And I have this really deep desire to clean that up, clean it up for my family. But what I learned through this journey is that I also want to be really, really clean and have and operate my business with absolute integrity. Yeah. And so this journey has been so beautiful, because I thought it was just about my personal, shame, but actually what it's showing me is that there's room for me to grow financially and be more attuned to divine circulation and divine abundance with my business. But the whole point is to clean it up, all of it, to clean all of it up, and to not participate in old marketing tactics. And I'm just so done with it. I'm so done with it. Oh, I'm so excited. So is there anything else that you want us to know about this journey that we haven't talked about today?
So when you just said, you just can try it, Patricia, and you were not sure if this would work for you, I would have taken you on the next journey, not the energetic healing, but I would have taken you on the, like a soul artist's journey, because you are this visual person. And we would have tried out the next step, which is an amazing version of working with blockages as well. So I would have several ideas on how to guide someone through this process, but it worked for you, and I'm so glad that
it worked for me. And I just, when I first got on our call with Patricia, she's like, what I sense is that she is like a magician. You say a mindset magic. She's like a magician. She has a hat with all of these tricks and little things that she can do. And clearly you're very intuitive. So Patricia works on a very intuitive level energy. And it's like she has all of these methods and tools. And what I got the sense of is that you find the right one for that person wherever they are in that moment. It was very, very powerful.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so happy that it worked, and it was such an honor to work with you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And I'm really excited to, and I think I will share this in my next episode in terms of what all of this has done for me. This, your session, all of these conversations that I'm having, I've definitely shifted. Something completely has shifted inside of me. And I'm really, really excited to share what that is. I don't have all the details laid out yet, but I think I'm going to do it in my next episode. But it is a result of the type of work that you are doing, Patricia, and so many others. So I just want everyone who's listening to this, check out Patricia's content. I have links in all the bios, but tell me, Patricia, how people can get a hold of you and what's going on in your world where people can learn more about your work.
Yeah, so I have a website where people can reach out to me. So this is in the bio, right?
Yes, it's already linked in.
I made up my mind to offer a 2-day masterclass on how to go from scratch to success. Yeah. This is not all about building a business, but it could be. But I will include this mindset magic as well, and the creative part, and I can invite everyone to this 2-day masterclass, so 90 minutes each day on the 22nd and 23rd of March.
Okay.
I don't know if I sent a link to you. Yeah, I did.
Yeah. I have it. It's already linked. So there are people who are listening to this episode now, but we will also replay it again in the future. Please check out Patricia's content. I know that Patricia doesn't just work with entrepreneurs, but you can do this type of deep healing with all types of things. Health, body, right? Relationships.
It works with relationship. It works with anxiety, with everything. But I just chose this niche. Yeah. And so if you are interested, I'm always open to hop on a free call to map out your process, just to figure out what would work for you. And I don't want to sell you anything on this call, for sure.
Yeah. So, that's so gracious. Thank you, Patricia. So everyone, if any of this seems really interesting to you, I would definitely check it out. It did wonders for me. Go check out Patricia. All of the links are in the show notes. And I just feel so good because all of that charcoal is cleaned up in my body. It's like so clear. It's like crystal clear. I can see the goodness of who I am and what I do and the integrity of myself and my business. And it just feels so, so, so good. So everyone, check out Patricia. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that beautiful healing. You are really, really gifted. And everyone, you guys check out Patricia Lindner and wait for my next episode where I will announce what has happened and what has come forth from this entire month of diving deep into money shame and money trauma. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.